Hello. Well, there you go. Got 2 hungrier buns today. That's what you like to see. Hopefully you're feeling a bit better now, Fifi. Fingers crossed. There we go. Lovely. Little munches. Little munch. Good morning, Steve and Palin and David. Morning, Rob. Morning, Turkey. How are you all doing? Good morning, Zara. How's it going? Fifi is more happily munching today, which is nice. Love to see it. Good morning, Hamish and Kinetic. Brimley, thank you very much for the 43 months. My goodness, thank you. Thank you very much. Morning, Monday. Morning, David. Yeah, she's back on her pellets again. She's oh wait, I've already said sorry, David. I'm sleepy today. I need this Tuesday to be a Friday. Oh no. Morning, Ravane. I did have this feeling that it was the end of the week yesterday, and I was like, it's only Monday. The week just feels weird for some reason. I'm not sure why. Morning, Ginge. Morning, Juicy. I don't know how many of these they're going to eat. You got your little eye closed. Is it just because you're close to Gerry? He's all smooshing you with his little smooshy cheeks. They're eating very close together. Just wanting new Kirby Craft to start, which is perfectly understandable. I saw the thumbnail yesterday, but it's not out anyway yet. I went to share it, and then it was it's not out because that's the point. I guess I don't know if any of you watch the streams on YouTube, but they've changed. Maybe this has been like it for a while and I've only just noticed, but I think they've changed which YouTube channel things are streamed on. Ascenta, thank you very much for the year. Nearly as old as Gerry. You're half his age now. No bread and buns today. No, I might try and make bread at the weekend, but it depends how many other recipes I've got to get done, really, because I've sort of fallen behind with them. And I did one yesterday that just didn't really work, so I'm like, oh, I don't think I can make it. But yeah, any leaks? I think it's been leaked to a very specific group of people because someone did fan art of it. So I guess they must have seen, but I don't know. Morning, Anarchist. Good morning, Monmouth. Good morning, Saffron. So what I think is happening now is, morning, Lifelike. I think if it's a long-term series, this might be completely wrong. I've not actually officially been told. I was just trying to figure it out from looking at the 2 different channels and what's scheduled on each. But I think if it's like a long-running series of something, then it'll now be streamed on Yogs Live YouTube. And if it's just a one-off stream, it'll be on the Yogs Cast YouTube, I think. But I might be completely wrong, but I was looking at what's scheduled there. And Tears of the Kingdom is scheduled on Yogs Live. And there's Lewis and Lydia sort of one-off Pusher Strangler thing, I think, on Yogs Cast, along with a Duncan Ozzy stream. So I think that's the case. But the only thing I know is that our new Kirby Craft will be streamed on Yogs Live instead of Yogs Cast. So I think that is the reasoning why. But either one does not have the new thumbnail. So I can't show you it yet. Unfortunately. Oh, look, Gerry, there's more here. Oh, is she going to find that last one? Yeah. Yeah. Well done, Fifi. What a good sniffer you have. Oh, don't be sniffing up there. Oh, there is one there, though. There's a reward for your booty sniffing. Oh, look at you. You're so molty at the moment. Where's all that floof coming from? The hay arrived yesterday and I didn't have a chance to put it away yet. So at the moment I'm surrounded by, there's a massive box there. I'm next to a massive box. Oh, good stretch. But yeah, butches. So I think for any streams that I am in, the Thursday and the Friday ones, I think if you are a YouTube watcher, go to Yogg's live is the very long-winded thing I've been trying to say. The TLDL, I guess too long didn't listen. Me Yogg's live now. Good morning, Chronicle. Morning, Heng. Good morning, Mac. Fifi is, she's just got so much floof coming off of her. It's just, you see it just gathering at her bum. Fifi, I need to give you a proper spa session and get all of this off. You just, so much floof everywhere. Where have you gone? Come back here, let me floof you. Let me get that floof. The problem is she just doesn't really sit still for long enough for any floof plans to be put into action. She's got this big lump of fluff. Oh, you probably can't see it because I'm against the light, but oh dear, oh dear. Oh, Fafa. What are we going to do with you, eh? It's like she was covering the vet when they got their vaccinations. She just, all of her floof was just flying off everywhere. But it probably means it's a sign that the weather is going to start getting a bit warmer. Hopefully. Or it's going to get even colder and she's getting into a second winter coat. An even thicker winter coat. So it could go either way, really. But I think it means it's going to start getting a bit warmer. Also Gerry hasn't been... Oh, there's another pellet they've left over there. Although Gerry hasn't been molting. Just Fifi. You tell the weather by bunny fluff. Yes, it's a very ancient form of... It's like... Is it augury? Is that the one where you can fortune tell by birds? But... bunnery. Some sort of bunnery. I mean, you can't really tell much from it because they just constantly are molting anyway. One of them will be. But yes. Fortune telling my burb. Yeah, that was, I think, what's his name? Tiresias? Tiresias is probably the most famous of the ancient Greek seers, and he had the ability of augury, where you can tell. I mean, some of it is quite icky. Some of it involved like catching a bird and opening it up and looking at its guts and stuff. But some of it, I think the one that Tiresias could do was more looking at the patterns of birds and being able to tell things from that. Tiresias is, if you want to read up about any characters of Greek mythology, Tiresias is a very interesting one. I think the more famous here would be the Sibyl. Well, yeah, but Delphi is, well, I mean, I guess a lot of them went to, but there's never particularly mentioned who, because obviously, like, a lot of them do go and see the oracle at Delphi, but it's not really mentioned whom is whom. Whereas Tiresias is like, he is, well, because he was given the gift of life longevity, he gets to be in quite a few different tales, including his own. But yeah, he's a very fascinating figure. He do be. I remember I played lots of games. I remember I played it with Kirsty. Do you know what? I got a key for a new game yesterday, and I started playing it just for funsies, and then I was thinking, I might stream this. So, a warning as well, actually, for today. I set up my new mic yesterday, but there's obviously only so much I can do in setting it up for stream without actually streaming it, so it might take a little bit of, faffing around. Everyone's favourite thing, technical difficulties and faffing around at the beginning of the stream just to get it sorted out. Fingers crossed. Tiresias did change sex at definitely at least one point. Some tellings of Tiresias's legend actually have it changing twice, but at least once, and for different reasons depending on, again, which poet or which writer you read. See, this is one of the wonderful things about Greek mythology, is that whenever you're saying something, if you get it wrong, you can just be like, well, in the version I heard of it, actually, he did ride an elephant, so I think you're fine. Who was the person who was like, I'm going to make you a woman now, so it's not... Oh, that was... Well, yeah, that's supposedly Tiresias, but there's also a telling where he was turned into a woman... Because... Oh, no, wait. It was... he wasn't turned into a woman by Artemis. He was turned into a woman by Hera, originally, because he saw two snakes and he hit them with sticks. And Hera, for some reason, was like, you're a woman now. So live as a woman. And she got married and had children and lived a life. And then all of a sudden it was like, no, I'm going to turn you back. And then Artemis is one of the possible legends of who blinded Tiresias, because there's a couple of different versions. There's one where Artemis was bathing with Tiresias's mother, and he happened to see this, and she blinded him, and his mother like begged for it to be undone, and she was like, I can't undo it, but I will give him the gift of prophecy and extra life. Give him a few extra lives to make up for it. But the other version of that is actually that because he had been both a man and a woman, Hera and Zeus are having an argument about who enjoys sex more, because Hera's like, men enjoy it far much more, and Zeus is like, no, women enjoy it more. So they're like, well, this guy's been both, so let's find out. And he says women enjoy it more. He says something like, men enjoy only one part of 10 and women enjoy the full 10 or something like that. I can't remember. And then Hera strikes him blind, and Zeus feels really bad, so he gives him the gift of long life and seeing with his mind instead. But Depends which one you like more, I'd say. Which one you want to be your headcanon. And just go with that one. Because yeah. There are some versions of Greek stories that I'm just like, I prefer this. So in my head, it's like this. But yeah, 1 in 9 would. Because for me, I don't know. I think there's just so many Artemis bathing happened upon in the woods stories that I'm a bit like, we don't need another one. Or just in general, like nymphs being happened upon in the woods and bad things happening and stuff like that. So I'm just like, maybe we'll take away one bathing in the woods story. And yeah, she do be bathing in the woods though. She do be. Yeah, I agree. Mediating between Hera and Zeus, you're just in for a bad time. I think there's not really a good outcome of either of those things. I can't remember the name of. Oh, there's a character, and they had a character in Chaos. The name begins with a C, I think. But it's not Crises or Charon or Chiron. It's one of the other ones. It's but there is another character who was turned from a woman into a man instead. But I can't think what they were called now. But they were played in Chaos. They were the son of... Who's the person who Eurydice would spend time with in the underworld, and they were the son of the Amazons. Clytemnestra is a very different figure. Clytemnestra is the wife of Tantalus, but not that Tantalus, and then Agamemnon, mother of Electra and Iphigenia, but I can't remember what this person is. But they have a story of basically Poseidon takes a fancy to them, as Poseidon often does, and he not summoned by the Amazons. In Chaos, they are a child of the Amazons who then, because they realise that they are a male and living their life male, that they cannot live with the Amazons anymore and get sent away, sort of thing. Caneus. Yes, that is the one. And yeah, so Poseidon takes a fancy to Caneus and has his way with them, and afterwards is like, I will grant you a boon because of this. And Caneus is like, I want to be a man so that you never do that again, which is a bit of a strange one because Poseidon had many male lovers, but I sort of like the sassiness of it to be like, well, you've ruined being a woman now, so screw you, Poseidon. So he is so humbled by this that not only is Caneus now male, but also is given impenetrable skin and can no longer be stabbed, which is why I find it really weird that in Chaos they literally made the character, I mean, this isn't spoilers because this is how the character is introduced, but the character is killed by being stabbed. And I'm just like, but that's the one thing. It's the one thing that you can't do. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah. Bitches. And they die in a really horrible way at the end of it. So being stabbed would probably be preferable. Because it's at the big, what's it called? Centomachy. The big argument, more than that, the big battle at a wedding of someone. Not Laomedon, but it's one of the elves. the centaurs getting drunk in Greek mythology is also a really bad time because centaurs famously cannot handle their drink, so something terrible always happens when it involves alcohol. And they Lapiths, that's the one. They find out that Ceneus cannot be stabbed, so instead they pile lots of rocks on him and suffocate him to death, which I feel like is a worse way, mayhaps, than just a nice quick spear to the chest and you're done. It sounds quite horrible. But yes, all of my centaur knowledge comes from Tom and Ben. But again, in Greek mythology, there are a lot of different myths as to how the centaurs came about. I think the one that is generally taken is... So, Ixion was a naughty boy who he was invited up to Olympus to see if he could be shown to be anything other than a naughty boy, but he used that opportunity to make a pass at Hera, which is a big no-no. So Zeus, to punish him, or like to prove that he did this after Hera tells him, he forms this like magical Hera out of cloud called Nephele to lie in a field that Ixion is passing through. So Ixion sees this Hera and is just like, has his way with her. And Zeus is just like, right, that's it. Screw you. And Ixion was forever condemned to be pinned to a wheel of fire and forever cartwheel through the underworld. I can't remember if he ends up in Tartarus or somewhere else. But so the baby of this union, I believe, was called something like Centaurus or Centus or something like that. But then he goes on to he doesn't really like people. He fancies horses for some reason. Again, there's this many different versions of this. And then that is supposedly where centaurs come from, was the union of those two. But yes. But then Chiron is meant to have come like way before that. So, are you also about to fly through? No, we're very good friends, but we also both just have bunnies. Both just happen to have banuis. But yes, one in Mexico's. How many myths have the buns heard? Oh my gosh, so many. So many. They're used to me chatting away. Sometimes if I can't concentrate on reading, I read out loud to the bunnies. So they've definitely heard their fair share of me rambling on about things. Good morning, Kaino. Are they good listeners? I mean, if her ears are flat on her back like this, that's basically her saying that she's not listening. But yeah. They'll still be vaguely listening out, sort of. But yeah, there you go. That's sort of the origin of centaurs. But then people also say, I mean, the logical sort of when people actually say where they think the legends came from. But I don't believe this because I believe Greek mythology is real. But people say it was just people spotting horseback riders for the first time. And they're trying to describe it. And they're just like, it was like a horse, but they had the body of a man. But there's a lot of sort of very boring explanations for things like that throughout Greek mythology. Like, what's his name? There was someone called, something very obvious, like Chimerus, I think, who was a pirate. And I think they were meant to have on their ship Like the, hello, that woke you up, didn't it? I moved my hand and she thought she was getting treats. I think that and hearing Gerry chewing something. A baby. Yeah, he was meant to have a ship that the figurehead was like the head of a goat and it had a snake's tail on the end of it or something. So I think that's where the story of a chimera came from. Hello. And all of that sort of malarkey. But yeah, oh bless you. Mythology is kayfabe. No, it's history. I mean, some of the most fascinating parts of Greek mythology I find are where like history and legend collide. Things like, well, obviously them finding Troy sort of thing, and you're just like, oh, Troy is canon. And like being able to, obviously, like there's the stories of the founding heroes. Like, good morning, cow. What game am I playing today? I'm either going to do, okay, there's 3 answers to this. There is a Troy in the UK, yes, but not that one. They didn't travel that far. Maybe Odysseus would have more of a an excuse if they had have gone to that Troy. But so I got a game called War Sim, which I really enjoyed, that I might play. I purposely stopped myself playing it last night so I could play it on stream. Kirsty bought me Oblivion because I was saying that I was in a game slump. And she was like, this will get you out of it. Play Oblivion. And also finishing off Stray Gods is another option. So yeah, those are the 3 choices that I'll probably be picking from today. I just have to see how I feel once I sit down at my computer, really. Who knows? Who knows? Warsim sounds like a typical briny game. Oh, it was making me... I don't think I'll be any good at it, but I was enjoying it. I'm not very good at those sorts of unit management, decision making. I mean, I'm not very good at decision making at the best of times, but it seemed very good. But yes, I want to steal your floof, Fifi, whilst I can get away with it, whilst you are distracted. Don't want to push it too far. Oh, oh, do, 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 do. Oh no, I pushed it too far. It's okay, Gerry. I'm sorry, Fifi. I just need to steal your floof a bit so that you don't ingest it. You don't want it going into your tummy. Oh, bless. Lim, 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 lim. How are you managing to make that sound so loud? It's true, the chair does need a lot of grooming. It's a very, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she was licking this one, because that's the one that I put some food on for them yesterday. But no, apparently this is the tasty one today. But I support your right to groom that chair if you so wish, Fifi. I need to decide what recipes I'm doing today. I tried to do 2 at once yesterday because I was like, oh, if I do this for dinner, I can make this and use this one as a side. But they both just went a bit wrong. I think one of them is salvageable. I don't know. I don't know about the other one. Dear oh dear. Do. I'm being nudged. Oh, you're going for this one now, are you? I'm slowly seeing which of the chairs is the the tastiest. You're very close, bunnies. I can't really, well, I guess I can go up here. Just have my foot in shot. You've really scrumpled me in. Wait, maybe I can reverse. And you, wait, you stay there. Let me see if I can, oh. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! Oh, I realised someone asked earlier. The mic was a Christmas gift. It is a Shure mic, but it's not from Shure. And I plugged it all in, and I got really sad because it doesn't have a knob on it, like a sound knob. And I used the knob on my Blue Yeti so much that I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to have to buy like an XLR like mixer just to be able to have a knob? But then luckily I found that apparently I've just had one on my keyboard all of this time, so I can just use that. I have a volume scroll instead of a knob now. Genius, thank you very much for the 49 months. Thank you. And then I was curious what else my keyboard could do. And Trot was looking up the manual for it. And he was teaching me all the things that my keyboard can do. He was like, you could just read the manual. I was like, no. Manuals are for nerds. But the problem I have is that my keyboard is an American one. So the keys that are like the physical keys don't match up with what the keys do. So a lot of the time it's just a bit of a gamble as to what's going to come out. I still don't know where the tilde is. I couldn't find it. It's not on get Boba or Dautos to help you? Well, I can see that like it is a physical American keyboard. So I see what an American keyboard is. I need the British to help me. Because I need to know what the keys are portraying, what they actually are. Yeah, the button for it is in the top left, but I don't know where the actual one is hiding, if that makes sense. But to be honest, I don't really use it very often. The only time I ever need it is if I'm trying to make, what does it do on Discord? It's cross out, isn't it? Score on, mine's in the top left, even though the tilde symbol is under the 9. Oh, maybe I'll check under the 9. Maybe that's where it actually is. Yeah, because like I said, the button for it with the symbol on it is in the top left. But because it's an American physical keyboard, but it's got British programming, the buttons for where they actually are don't line up. So everything is in disguise. It's like a Hitman keyboard. They're all pretending to be different keys. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Hello. Because in the top left is the symbol for the one that's like an apostrophe that isn't an apostrophe, and tilde. But when you actually press it, you get the fake apostrophe, and you get the one that is a line across and then a little line down, which I don't even know what that's called. But you get, yes, one of those, Ego. You get one of those. That's what's hiding. That's what's pretending to be a tilde. But I don't actually know what you would call that. A gone? Where's it gone? Where would it go? I don't really know what you would use it for. is it like a page break thing, maybe? I can't think if I've ever actually seen one in the wild. Other than when I'm trying to get untiled, it's just there. Every time I forgot. But yes. There it is. Its only purpose is to make sneaky faces when you're talking on DeviantArt. Fifi, what are you doing? What's she up to? I think she's planning crime. She's buffering at the moment. No, she's decided against it. Or has she? You doing crime over here? You coming over here so you have an alibi? I can be like, well, Fifi was right here. Oh, I can see that little tuft sticking out, but I don't want to bother you anymore. I'm gonna have to damp hands you though. Get all that spare floof off. Tea. You ever seen? Oh, hello. I have not seen. Well, no. Tell you what I did see is, I don't know. This is a Traitors reference. I don't know if any of you are watching Traitors, and I don't want it to be spoilers if you have. But the way one of them writes their Zeds brought endless amusement to people, but I can't say why. I'm guessing that this is going to be the final week of the Traitors, because what are they down to now? They're down to 7. So I guess is that show about people playing Among Us in real life? Yes and no. It's I would say Among Us has more logic to it. It's with real murder. I mean, the way some of them bloody carry on, you'd think that they were actually getting murdered. It's like there's a bit where some of them are... okay, imagine Among Us, but without any form of sabotage, so that you can only wildly accuse and guess for absolutely no reason. You have zero evidence to go on. And then when the producers of the show realise that they have zero evidence to go on, and they finally write in that there is a reason for sabotage, the people on the show are too silly to realise it and never at any point use any of it. And instead carry on with wild accusations instead. And then you've got the Traitors. It's yeah, it's a funny one. I do enjoy it, but it winds me up a lot. Oh, hello. Gerry, have you settled down over there? Oh no, you still sat there. Like, there's no actual traitoring. There'd be like actual traitoring about twice per season, I would say. And usually the reasons that people get voted out are... oh, here is a list of reasons why people have been accused on the Traitors that are not spoilery. One of them was because someone, before the Traitors had even picked, when they'd literally just got to the mansion where it's filmed, and they hadn't even picked who the Traitors were going to be, and one of them would not get out of the other one's way. They wouldn't swap places with her, and she said that was traitor-like behaviour, despite the fact the Traitors had not even been picked at that stage. I think the best accusation for being a traitor ever was that they were all sat round the round table when they had all just met, and they had water glasses to their right, and everyone was like, cheers, here's to a good time catching traitors. One of the people did not cheers and then got accused. And the reason she did not cheers is because she did not have a right arm. It was physically amputated. It was not there. So she couldn't pick up her glass. And they were like, well, it's pretty suspicious that you didn't cheers to catching traitors, isn't it? So just, this is like the general reasons why people do things. There was one who got accused because he was asking a lot of questions, but the questions he was asking were things like, oh, so what's your daytime job? Like, what do you do outside of this? And they were like, pretty suspicious that you want to know more about me, isn't it? And it's just like, he's making conversation. So yeah, it is fully ridiculous. And the problem is that because there's no sabotage and they have nothing to go on, usually the traitors kill off people that they think are too clever, and people around the round table don't trust people who they think are clever. So by the last couple of episodes, you've basically just got traitors and people with no common sense at all. And yeah, it's so dumb, but I do enjoy it. Yeah, I do enjoy it, but it's just, it shouldn't be as enjoyable. I enjoy the people who don't take it seriously and just appreciate that it's a game rather than people actually dying. Like, there was a guy recently who, so they try and make it very dramatic, and they buried 3 of them in coffins. They buried them alive. Oh, bye, Kaino, have a good day. But by buried them alive, what essentially happened was that they just had to be in a coffin, and they probably weren't put there until about, like, they would say, okay, they're a minute away now, get in the coffin, and be discovered, sort of thing. Saffron, thank you very much for gifting a sub to Sahana. Thank you. And also, good morning, Hannah. I hope you're doing good. But yeah, when one of them came out, she was really like shaking and terrified and saying, oh, it was horrible. And then the other guy who realized, he just very much realizes that he's on a TV show, and he was just sort of like, hiya. And they're like, bit suspicious that you weren't shaken up by being in a coffin, isn't it? And he was just like, well, no, because it's not real. So no. And so yeah, it is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to give the bunnies their treats if I can summon Gerry boy. I think Fifi's just gone into the toilet, but we shall see. Gerry! I know you're here. There we go. Okay. Do-da-da-do. Honky buns. Oh, Fifi, I just got a static shock off of you. Don't worry, Gerry, there's loads left in the bowl. There you go. very polite, washing their little faces after their meal. Well done, bunnies. There's one leaf, but it's a bit grotty, so I'm guessing you don't want it. Oh, hello. It's there. Oh no, you do want it. Okay. Oh, can I get that? Can I? No, you've already eaten all of it. That was all your treats. Sorry. I know. I thought I saw a little tuft on Gerry as well. But I think it's underneath his, Is that a tuft there? Keep losing it. There we go. Sorry, Gerry. Sorry. I just wanted to get it. What are you up to? What's this Fifi doing? He is a little tuft, it's true. A little tuft of a boy. I'm trying to think of... Yeah, so basically, what the day it is today. Morning, Manna. So I guess I've got 11 more videos that I need to do for the month. And oh my gosh, that reminds me. On Duolingo yesterday, it was giving me sentences like, my husband likes to play a lot of video games. I was just like, he does. And then it gave me, I don't like to listen to podcasts. And I was just like, wow, Duo, okay. I get it. You're not going to come onto comfort zone. Fine. But, what was I going to say? What was I saying? Oh, shoo. Oh, yeah. So I need to come up with 11 more recipes. I'm sort of all out. I mean, there's things I want to do, but I don't know if I should do them. Look at your little static mane. Are we down to hummus on toast yet? Well, this is the thing. I have not at any point gone back to check what my previous your tooth purr, what my previous recipes were. So part of me is thinking like, have I repeated things and just forgotten? But I would hope that I would remember having cooked something before. Maybe. I posted a very yummy brown rice in Discord last night. Good food. Sneaking some clips from Somni Gastronomy. Oh dear, oh dear. I've got an idea for at least... Well, do you know, I went down this this rabbit hole of looking up recipes that you need a cast iron skillet for. And then I was like, well, if I treated myself to a cast iron skillet, I could make all of these things. But yeah, I probably shouldn't. And I was looking up slap chops as well, because I thought, how easy would it be to just get a slap chop? But yeah, which is a business expense. True. Had a nice vegan tuna salad sandwich. Ooh. I've seen people making, I looked up a few like chickpea tuna recipes. What is a slap chop? Slap chop is basically, it's like a little, yeah, it was like one of those shopping channel things that people went crazy for. You just put something on a counter and you put a slap chop over it, and then you slap the top of it and blades come down and chop it essentially. But the adverts for it used to be so hype. You just slap it and chop it. So The squeaky bean tuna is scarily close to tuna. Yeah, Alex, I think that's Alex's favourite one. He really likes the squeaky bean. I love the squeaky bean pastrami. I did get distracted yesterday with reading up how to age paper as well. I was half looking at recipes, half looking at how to make paper look old-timey. Because I remember doing it with tea as a child. So I think I'm going to be aging some envelopes for the murder mystery. And then I got distracted looking up things to have in party bags again, even though I've told myself I'm not allowed to do party bags. Yeah, the pastrami is so nice. So nice. But yeah, everything I think of now, I think of, even though it's like over a month away, I think it's because I'm meant to be doing my taxes. My brain is just like, what if we dedicated ourselves to thinking about this one thing that isn't any pressing matter whatsoever instead? So yeah. Dear, oh dear. Party bags filled with cake are the best no matter the age. Yeah, this is true. That's why I wanted to do it. The idea of handing out party bags at the end of a grown-up party just amuses me so much. But yeah. Hello, Dave. A quick 10-minute meeting turning into a 50-minute discussion. Oh no. Oh no. I will get my taxes done eventually. I just need to sit and dedicate some time to it, really. But it's just, my brain does not want to focus on it or anything else at the moment. It's okay, Gerry. It's just Fifi up to some sort of, I don't even know what she's up to. I don't know. There are people looking at me like I was mad the other day because I mentioned putting a lollipop in each layer of pasta parcel. Oh my gosh, it's so nice when you get a little something in every layer. That is like that is the peak of pasta parcel. Good times. I feel like sometimes you used to get that for Christmas. I think was it Boots or something would do pasta sprout. It was like a big wrapped up sprout, and it didn't do that. Disappointing. Wasn't this the plotline for a Bluey episode? What, a pasta parcel one? Llama, thank you very much for the bits. Pretty sure everyone knows this, but for a goose fact of the day, did you know that it is estimated that flying in the typical V formation saves so much energy that it increases the flying range of a flock by about 70%? The head of the flock has the hardest job, which is why the geese take turns on who is the lead. Yeah. Lovely birds. Burp. Simply avoid doing your taxes by not being employed that year. Oh, this is genius. That is a genius move. I quit. Goodbye, everyone. Saving myself time next year. Oh wait, no, it's too near the end. I'll quit in April. I'm gonna take a gap year in April. Oh, I guess I should do a recipe for lunch and get that out the way. I just don't know what. The problem is when I do when I'm looking at recipes, doing research for them, I keep finding ones that I just want to make for myself, but they're too complicated to do or videos on. So at the moment, that's all the food I can think about is the stuff that I just want to make for the sake of making it. Like I found a really good looking recipe for creme brulee, and I've got a little kitchen blowtorch thing, so I could actually do it. but I wouldn't want to do a video on it. Or maybe I could actually. Maybe I could. Anyway, it's time for me to run away. To make a 10-minute cooking video for YouTube. I don't know. I don't know. Any mods? Any mods? Look at you. This baby. This baby. Maybe I could do I am streaming this afternoon. Yeah, I'll be back at 2. What if I refuse to raid? Oh no. I'll be playing one of 3 games that I got. I just have to decide which one appeals at time of loading up OBS. Is generally how I decide what I'm going to be streaming that day. Whatever takes my fancy at 5 to 2. Then supervise your taxes doing on stream. No, oh my gosh, can you imagine anything more stressful than having to constantly hide like 80% of the information on the screen? No, that sounds awful. But I will sit down and do them at some point and then give myself a little treat for having done them. That's the way it works. As long as you get a little treat at the end. Make you focus. I disagree. I think it would make you so worried about what, like, accidentally doxing yourself on stream that you would just not be able to concentrate on the actual taxes themselves. I think it's something that needs your full attention and shouldn't be done whilst also trying to run a stream. For another goose fact, the oldest recorded Canada goose was at least 33 years and 3 months. Ah, what a little guy. What a little guy. Well, Rob, where can you send us to? Oh, Cat is streaming. Oh yeah, we can go to Cat. Let's go see Cat. Oh my gosh, Fifi, you are just covered in this cloud of floof. We need a cat. Oh, no, we only need questions for Simon. Simon he's our question boy. Cat can be left in peace. Lovely peace. Well, everyone, I will see some of you at 2, I hope. And last cat to do your taxes? No! I like doing my taxes. Don't take it away from me. Yeah, I'll be back at 2 playing one of 3 games. And I hope you all have fun, whatever you get up to today. And I shall speak to all of you soon, hopefully. If I never see you again, have a good day and life. I realise I have nothing for lunch today, so I might have to run to the shops. No. Well, everyone, look after yourselves. Be good. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.